my 5 favorite weapons for PvE and PvP. There are going to be 5 different weapons, mainly for PvE and PvP. So yeah, this is kind of just going to tell you in depth why I like the weapons, specifically the perk rolls and such. And now you might be wondering, hey, you got a Masterworks Aisha's Embrace in your inventory. Now, actually, on the subject of Aisha's Embrace, this is one of my favorite scout rifles probably in the game as of right now. The roll I got feels absolutely perfect, and it might not be the quote-unquote god roll, but it feels it feels best to me. So, to be honest, I don't think there is such thing as a god roll. There is, though, such a thing as personal opinion and how much you enjoy using that particular role. So now, you might be wondering, oh boy, what's the whole shenanigans about god rolls and why is that one masterwork? Now, you see, this is Tunnel Vision and Focus Fury. Personally, I love this, both PvE and PvP, because landing headshots, half your magazine exactly, will increase the damage. Now, this is great for Grandmasters when you're not going to be killing enemies. Oh, thanks. When you're not going to be killing enemies, but you will be headshotting a lot to deal as much damage as humanly possible. So I think that's what Focus Fury is going to be for. I'm thinking for the future, as you can guys tell, for Grandmasters. So Tunnel Vision, though, upon getting a kill, you gain better target acquisition and aim down sights speed, which is great as well in PvE and PvP. PvE, the target acquisition, I think it's aim assist, or you can just lock onto enemies easier and have a better time aiming, of course. And ADS speed, it's kind of self-explanatory. You aim down sights faster. And yeah, I think this is great. Alacrity is also a great perk. One Quiet Moment is also great for GMs, where you have to reload when out of combat, and because this is a scout rifle, you're going to be at distance, so it kind of counts towards, if you're like far away from the enemy, I think it counts. So you can reload faster, so that's just max reload speed right there, which is great. And Alacrity allows you, you gain increased reload, stability, aim assist, and range when you're the last living member of a fire team or running solo. Now, that's also great because, hey, I want to do some solo dungeons or whatever. This is great, okay? Favorite scout rifle, plus you can just hold down the trigger to shoot full auto. Now, at an easy number 2 is With a Horde. I use this damn thing all the time. It is great. It makes a little area where you can place down where enemies enter out of, and it just clears them out. You can also stick it to enemies to deal extra damage, such as bosses or like even event enemies if you're still farming those. And I think it's great, to be honest, and because of the fact it has that little, area of effect, it's good for Ankler, and when you get its catalyst, you get max handling, which is great for quick swapping, and you do get a auto-loading holster. I think it's 6 seconds and it reloads, so that's great. Now, of course, we go into the heavy weapons, so I think at number 3, I'm going to put Reeds. Reeds feels like a great all-round weapon. Fusions, are great, of course, but truly, there is Storm Chaser. I haven't gone that yet, so that's not on the list, of course. But Reeds, my god, do I love this thing. This particular roll with Vorpal triple tap. So if I'm DPSing enemies, if I hit 3 headshots, it returns 1 round to the magazine free of charge. So you gain an extra 1 when you buy 3. And that Vorpal, of course, deals extra damage to bosses, and I think not mages, tough enemies. So that's going to be the ones with the special symbols, like let's say I don't know how to explain it, but there'll be like these special ones that look like they have, I think it's called a major health bar. But anyway, yeah, here you go. You can also have accelerated coils to make it charge up faster. This just feels like a great all-round weapon. I have a decent roll, but who cares? Once again, I feel what I use is great. Now, number 4, I'm going to have to put it with Hezen. Now, Hezen deals a ton of damn damage. It's a bloody rocket launcher, and this current roll I have has nearly max velocity, overflow, and Vorpal. Of course, Vorpal will allow you to deal more damage to bosses and mages alike, and overflow upon picking up a special ammo brick, so like a green one or just a purple one, you gain a double ammo in your mag, which is actually great, I think. So yeah, at number 5 for PvE. Now, this is a bit of a tough one. Personally, it's not going to go to the Burden of Guilt, but I think the Funnel Web and the Callous Mini Tool, because they are both alike. I say this because of the fact how, both weapons are great, okay? You got Funnel Web for your Void 3.0 builds, and Callus for just general gameplay. I love the Callus Mini Tool and Funnel Web. They are both amazing, okay? You need to get your hands on them if you can. I think Funnel Web's pretty easy to get now. Callus Mini Tool even easier. And funny thing is, with the Callus Mini Tool, you can even craft it after a while. So, great weapons, great all-round, great for ad clear, and I think Callus Mini Tool can roll with Iridescent, which just allows it for even more ad clear potential, and it can synchronize with your Solar 3.0 builds. Now, that's great because of two reasons. Warlocks have infinite grenades, ad clear potential, and of course, wells. So, elemental wells, that also... The Iridescent also causes Explosive Well Maker for Solar to proc. So what that does is, upon getting Explosion kills, I think I actually have it on one of my things. It's either this one or it was another one. I forgot where it is, but it's definitely... It's somewhere. It is somewhere. Well, I don't think it's on here, but it's in one of them. But upon getting, like, Explosion kills, you make wells, basically. So that's great. Now, my friends, onto the PvP weapons. So, of course, number one, drumroll please, we'll simply have to go to the Messenger. This thing is a beast, okay? You can easily two-burst people, and with Desperado, you gain faster fire rate, moving target, increased movement speed, and target acquisition while moving, while aiming down sights. This is good because in Trials, you're going to be trying to move around to avoid, well, bullets, and it is a high-impact frame, so it's slow firing, does high damage, thus leading to 2 taps sometimes, if you can hit all headshots to the specific range. This one I have, as of right now, has great range and stability, as well as reload speed, so even when you're low on ammo, you're going to be able to, reload faster. This is great because of 2 reasons. In PvP, you're mainly going to be, well, killing someone in-game, and then running away to reload, as I normally do in Trials, and yeah, upon actually getting a precision kill, increases your rate of fire, so this thing will hit like a truck while also shooting extremely fast. This has led to me clutching multiple 1-on-3s, surprisingly. Now, at number 2, I'm gonna have to put the Huckleberry. The Huckleberry, damn, this thing hits hard. It's like a sweet business, but in like a SMG form. I love this thing, okay? It might not be the greatest exotic, no, but it is absolutely amazing for Trials, I think. And upon getting the Catalyst, you refill your entire mag upon getting a kill, so you can just hold it down like a Gatling gun. There's a really cool reload animation where you load like a cylinder into the gun, and you spin it. Like, who doesn't want that in SMG? So that's great. Now, on number 3, I'm gonna have to put Burden of Guilt and Eye of Soul in close 3. Burden of Guilt, because of the fact this thing has a low-ass charge time, and allows you to deal, well, tons of hurt in a short amount of time. It is also a primary fusion, so you can synchronize with Vex Mythoclast just to be stinky in Trials. And Eye of Soul, because of the fact it's a sniper, you can hit cool clips with it, and the personal role I'm using, Opening Shot and Perpetual Motion. I haven't masterworked it yet because I want to get Perpetual Motion Snapshot or Snapshot Opening. But anyway, Opening Shot, you gain increased accuracy and range upon the opening shot of attacks, so that's great. And you gain bonus stability, handling, and reload speed while in motion. This is great, simply because of the fact you want to be moving around, of course, to avoid counter-sniping. So yeah, that's why those 2 are there. Burn of Guilt mainly for rushing, Eye of Soul to pick enemies off from a range, both though extremely solid. Now, at the number 4 spot, I think it's going to have to go to the Matador. This thing is actually broken. I love it because it can one-tap enemies in a 1v1 situation. You can go up on top of them and like doof in the head, insta-kill. That's great. And finally, for number 5, I think I should have put this earlier in the list, but Vex Mythoclast, this thing does 45 damage to the head upon killing someone. That is busted, okay? On its own, it does 34 damage to the head, has a decently high fire rate, like a burst assault, and decently good stability. It is a great gun all round. Abuse it if you have it with a Catalyst. That's where you're going to get the 45 damage per head on the first kill, and you can shred people and make people slam their keyboards and controllers into the damn wall. This thing has aim assist out of its mind when you put it into linear fusion rifle mode, especially in controller. So abuse this. It is great. I think they actually did buff it recently. And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do today. I know this is a pretty short stream, but I promise my friends tomorrow will be much longer and much more content. But this here was just telling you guys what my favorite weapons were to use in trials, PvP or PvE, and even things planning ahead for PvE Grandmasters. So yeah, once again, I do hope you enjoyed. Smash that like button and subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you want to see more of these types of videos, or if you'd like something else in particular. We have merch now, so feel free to check that out in the description below, as well as we have the donation link. Anyway guys, I'll catch you tomorrow for another stream, and good night. See ya.